we're going to look at something called bpduguard. One form of attack that can take place on our switches is if we have a switched network here and then the bad guy comes in and plugs a computer into one of our switches or two of our switches in this diagram and then pretends to be a switch and sends out BPDUs to participate in STP. You notice in this case his priority is 4096 while the priorities of these other switches is 32768. And so these switches will now think that this bad guy is the root switch, the root bridge. And because it does that, it will redistribute this STP topology here so that now the bad guy participates in all of the conversations on all of these switches. So now using Wireshark or some other software can listen in on all of the traffic of the entire network. Well, that's not a very good thing. So in comes bpduguard. This is the command. You're going to be on an interface, and the idea is to put it on every interface that should not participate in STP. And the command is spanning tree bpduguard enable. Again, let's go back to our diagram for a moment. If FA01 had bpduguard on it, what would happen is, as soon as this guy plugs into that and starts sending BPDUs to this switch, the switch would recognize that this has got bpduguard on and would shut down that port. It would put it in an error disabled state, just like we did in port security. So let's try this out. I'm going to go over here to set of switches, a network, and this thing's running STP just fine. You notice it's got these two blocked off. It's got this one over here in a blocked state. So we now have one way to get everywhere on this network. So let's turn on bpduguard on this F03 because we know that BPDUs are being exchanged across these two switches right now. So this switch over here is going to be our simulated bad guy right here. We'll pretend that this is actually a PC with software making these switches think that it's a switch. So let's take this switch FA03 and turn on bpduguard. So enable and conf T, and then I need to get in interface F03, and I will turn on spanning tree bpduguard enable. Let's get this over so we can see the whole thing better. Well, we're going to just make it go off anyway. And now I want you to watch these two triangles right here. And look at that. All of a sudden this went into an error disabled state. Let's go back to our switch and you can see right here, bpduguard error disabled. Put 03 into an error disabled state and it is now shut down.